Hello. I was reminded recently of a programmer that we hired for a project I was on. By lunchtime, we had to fire him. You see, what had happened is he was from a consulting company. When we interviewed him on the phone, he knew the programming language well, he knew the areas we quizzed him on very well. But when he showed up, he didn't seem to know anything. What we realized is that the person that we interviewed on the phone was not the person who they had actually sent. Can you imagine him waking up that morning, realizing that he's got to go in and try to live this lie? This untruthfulness that they had told set him up to be vulnerable, set him up to be exposed. I'm doing a series of videos on Ephesians chapter 6 in the Bible where Paul talks about putting on the full armor of God. He says we have an enemy in the unseen realm, the devil, and that he uses an analogy of a soldier's armor of how we are to protect ourselves from him. The first protection that he says is having put on the belt of truth. The belt for a soldier, for a Roman soldier, was an essential part of their armor. You see, Roman soldiers didn't wear pants because they thought it was effeminate, and barbarians wore pants. So they wore a tunic. Their belt held their sword, but their belt also had a leather strap in the middle, or it had cloth with weights at the bottom, and so the belt protected their private parts. The belt was an essential part of protecting the soldier in his most vulnerable area. Paul is saying that it's the same for us when we don't live a lifestyle of truthfulness. So the truth is not talking about reality. He's not even specifically talking about the word of God here because he uses this same word 2 chapters earlier when he talks about speaking to someone in truth and love. So it's clear that he's talking about a belt of truthfulness, moral truth, not lying. So if we live a lifestyle of truth, this is the spiritual warfare that we use to fight against the enemy. Have you ever told a lie and had to cover it up with another lie and another lie, and next thing you know, you're swimming in lies? You're walking on straw, and you can be toppled at any minute. We've seen that in churches recently where someone is being lying and they get exposed. If you live your lifestyle not built on truth, then you're susceptible to the attack of the enemy. You're susceptible that your lies will be found out. So the first thing to do to protect yourself against spiritual warfare is live a life of truthfulness, putting on the belt of truth.